Welcome back to episode Beyond the Grind, How Personal Development Unlocks Wealth and Happiness, your weekly dose of inspiration and practical wisdom for building a life you love. Today, we're diving into a timeless truth shared by one of the greatest personal development philosophers of all time, Jim Rohn. It's a simple yet profound lesson that, if truly understood, can change the entire trajectory of your life.
That's right, Beyond the Grind. The promise is huge. If you want to be wealthy and happy for the rest of your life, who doesn't want that, right? But the key Rohn offers isn't what most people expect. It's not about finding a magic stock or a hidden business opportunity. It's about something far more fundamental, something entirely within your control.
Exactly. Rohn famously said, "Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job." This isn't just a motivational quote, it's a blueprint. We're going to unpack why this concept is so critical, why income rarely, if ever, far exceeds personal development, and the 3 practical steps Rohn laid out to truly change your life, your personality, your lifestyle, everything.
The foundational principle: work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Let's start with that core idea. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. It sounds so simple, but it's often overlooked in our hustle-driven world, where the focus is usually on external achievement.
It's because we're conditioned to believe that if we just work harder at our job, we'll get more money, more success. And while hard work is essential, Rohn's insight points to something deeper. He observed that income rarely, if ever, far exceeds personal development. Think about it. Sometimes income might take a lucky jump, a bonus, an inheritance, a market spike, but unless you grow to match that level, it often shrinks back to where you are personally.
He used the powerful analogy. If somebody hands you $1 million, you best become a millionaire quickly so you get to keep the money. Otherwise, it'll disappear. It's like the famous saying, if you took all the money in the world and divided it equally among everybody, it would soon all be back in the same pockets. This isn't about class. It's about the internal capacity to create, manage, and sustain wealth. And this leads to another one of his profound statements. Success is something you attract, not something you pursue. We spend so much energy chasing success, the next promotion, the next big deal, but Rohn argues that true, lasting success is a consequence of who you become. So instead of going directly after it, you work on yourself, on your personal development.
Because at the end of the day, true happiness isn't just about what you get. It's about what you become. What kind of person are you? What are your skills, your character, your wisdom? That's where the true sustainable wealth and happiness truly reside.
Step 1. Find out how things work. The power of ideas.
So, if you're fired up and ready to change, Rohn gives us 3 clear steps for this journey of personal development. The first step is, find out how things work. This sounds simple, but it's foundational.
To change your life, you need ideas. Rohn emphasized there isn't anything an idea can't change. He recounted a conversation with his mentor, Mr. Schoaf, where Rohn complained about having no money. Schoaf's response was brilliant. That's not a problem. The problem is a lack of an idea on how to create money and wealth. It isn't a lack of money, it's a lack of ideas.
That's such a paradigm shift. It means the solution isn't outside of us. It's in our ability to generate and acquire the right information. So, to get these transformative ideas, you need a constant study. If you wish to be successful, study success. If you wish to be happy, study happiness. If you wish to be wealthy, study wealth. Don't leave it to chance. Make it a deliberate study. Some people just go through life with their fingers crossed. That won't do it.
Rohn then gives us 3 powerful ways to find out how things work and get those life-changing ideas. Read, listen, and observe.
A. Read. Become self-educated.
First up, read. Every successful person Rohn knew was a good reader. They were driven by curiosity, constantly seeking knowledge. Become self-educated, he urged. Standard education gets you standard results. If you want to go beyond that, you have to take ownership of your learning.
And this isn't about reading for hours every night. Rohn's advice is 30 minutes a day. Just 30 minutes reading something positive, challenging, inspirational, or instructional. One book can save you 5 years of trial and error. There are books written by hundreds of successful people, detailing exactly how they achieved what they did, yet many people don't read them. It's an invaluable, yet often ignored resource.
B. Listen. Learn from others. Second, listen. Get around successful people and truly listen, not just to their words, but to how they say things. And importantly, Rohn suggested learning from unsuccessful people too, by taking notes on what they do and don't do.
He had this great, slightly provocative piece of advice. Poor people ought to take rich people out to dinner and listen. The idea is, invest a small amount of money, $50, $100, whatever it takes, to spend 2 hours with a successful person. They might drop an idea that multiplies your income by 2, 3, or even 5 times. But as Rohn pointed out, poor people often don't do this. They think, he's rich, let him buy his own dinner.
And the third way is observe. Success leaves clues. Watch how successful people shake hands, how they respond, their mannerisms, their routines. People who do well do certain things over and over. If you're clever, you can pick them up.
Rohn had this funny yet profound example. If a guy's making $10,000 a month, I'd watch how he walks. Maybe that's it. It sounds silly, but the point is to be an unusual and careful observer. Don't just see with your eyes, see with your mind. That's insight. Pay attention. Don't miss anything. Wherever you are, be there.
Step 2. Go to work. The power of action and discipline. So, once you've found out how things work, once you've gathered those crucial ideas through reading, listening, and observing, the second step in personal development is go to work.
This is where the rubber meets the road. It's about getting excited over your ability to make yourself do the necessary things. What could you make yourself do starting tomorrow that would change everything? The exciting part is that on any given day, you can massively change the direction of your life.
And the key to discipline, Rohn taught, is to start with the little disciplines. Get excited about those small, consistent actions because they build the muscle and momentum for the big ones. You can't handle life's major challenges unless you've disciplined yourself with the minor ones.
Make a list of all the things you can do and then get right on them. Discipline yourself for those small tasks, not just for the immediate results, but for the practice, for building that internal muscle. So when life hands you some big challenges, you'll be ready. You'll have the mental and emotional strength.
This step also heavily relies on self-motivation. Rohn humorously stated, "I don't know why we call it self-motivation, it's really the only kind there is. You can't rely on someone else to turn you on. What if they don't show up? You need a better plan for your life. Your learning must lead to action. If it only leads to knowledge, Rohn warned, you can become a fool. But if it leads to action, you can become wealthy, not just in money, but in all forms of wealth."
Step 3. Don't try to beat the system. Integrity and long-term vision. The third and final step in Rohn's personal development framework is a crucial caution. Don't try to beat the system.
All through life, we need these little cautions. This one simply says, once you find out how something works, work it, but don't try to shortcut it. Don't try to slice it, shade it, thin it, or cut corners. Don't fall for cheap answers, because you'll wind up with a cheap life.
It's about integrity and a long-term vision. Find out how it works best, and then do it that way. Even if it seems to take a little longer, do it right. Don't compromise with what is right. This ties back to the idea of building yourself, a person of integrity, consistency, and sustained effort, rather than chasing fleeting gains.
Don't forget to subscribe my channel to get the next episode. So, to wrap up Jim Rohn's powerful framework for personal development and attracting wealth and happiness, find out how things work. through reading, listening, observing to gather ideas. Go to work. Take consistent action, starting with small disciplines, and be self-motivated. Don't try to beat the system. Maintain integrity, do things the right way, and avoid shortcuts.
If Rohn had a word with you tonight, one-on-one, he'd challenge you to reach down inside and utilize those remarkable human gifts you already possess. You can change anything you want to change. You don't ever have to be the same again after tonight, only by choice.
And that's the critical question. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do that will make a difference in your life's direction? Because if you don't do something, guess what? It's going to be the same. The next 5 years will be like the last 5 unless you make a change, big or small, starting tomorrow.
It's choice time. You can do whatever you want, but it's powerful to know that any day you wish, you can change your whole life.
So take these lessons, apply them, and start building the wealthy and happy life you truly deserve.
If this episode resonated with you, please hit that like button. Subscribe to Episode Beyond the Grind, How Personal Development Unlocks Wealth and Happiness for more insights, and share this with someone who needs to hear this message. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode.